Hey, uh, I'm just going over my project that I've been working on. It's like a gematria, astronomy, global news, personal journal, uh, and data aggregator to then be able to search for patterns. And the calendar is a key feature of it. As you can see, I track the weeks of the year. Also, I track since the vernal equinox, how many weeks it's been and how many days it's been since the vernal equinox. Also, how many days until spring. I'm upgrading and updating some of this information to be extra useful. But what's really cool is I can load the news. I'm still working on this. It's going to take a minute to load. But uh, when I do, I can click on this and I got like an active session list of gematria values. And I got this analysis function over here to analyze individual words or groups of words that I click on. This is what happens when I click on a column. It brings the article over here and it automatically applies the gematria value for each of the words, which is interesting. Psychiatric, risk psychiatric. If I multi-select, I can hit control and actually select any of these. Uh, and as you can see, it adds them together and gives me the values here. And then if I click on like say 419, I can get a cross cipher match of anything that equals 419, and I can even filter out parts of speech, which I can show more on the calculator. I can also filter out tenses, but if I click on like prevent, well, I'm just going to drag and drop that here. As you can see, prevent shows up, and I can search for the tense. So like I can do present participle tense, so abiding, addressing, and I can even sort by popularity, like getting and making and writing are more popular words for that. And again, I can do all tenses. So anyway, this is just where you get some gematria matches, and that can be useful for whatever purpose that you might have for it. But learning too much. Uh, let's see, if we match for this large number, antibiotics, nationalities, and vocational are the only three words in my database of like 20,000 words with that value assigned to it across any of the ciphers, and it's all the same cipher. Uh, Whereas if you do like this number, it's in the prime cipher, so it's cross cipher matching. Anyway, the astrology section, this is giving me dated ascendant, midheaven, descendant, and the below the natter. Anyway, but these are like basically the eastern horizon, the western horizon, and then directly above the zenith noon. If you didn't know about that, and this actually shows the degree. I'm still working on this, but this shows the degree in the particular astrological sign that the ascendant is pointed to, and also the total degree. Uh, the planet cards are filled out with a little bit more information. Like the moon has the perigee. The next perigee is going to be right here, and the closest previous event was this apogee on the 17th. This gives angular separation between all the planets, so and it marks when they're in major aspect with each other, so like sextile or trine. Uh, and all of the other planet cards mark their aphelion and perihelion, which is the closest and furthest approach in their orbit to the sun, and also angular separation for all of the planets. Uh, I actually have a dedicated astronomy page that kind of shows this and also allows for real-time clock, so we can get like a real-time information. And when you click on the cards here, you get the same planet card component showing up there. uh, I got the search and function. It's really mainly developed here, but I can search across my entire database of historical data and news for like the word dead, and this came out today. one killed in California as heavy rain and flooding threatens parts of the state. And I'm automatically getting all of the gematria, and all I need to do is write a program that can spot like what's the out of all of the articles for today, what is the most common number among all words, and I can do analysis like that, for instance. Uh, and that's useful for various things, but it's and as you can see, I need to update how it's pulling from the RSS feed, but it's searching dead for the Google RSS feed, and now I get like this guy, uh, James Ransom. I think that was from yesterday though. It doesn't matter, but I can multi-select and get his full name, and then I can add it to the session to remember it, and then I can select the session ones to change over here what is actively being looked at. I can also close these with these buttons. I'm working on maybe making this look a little cooler, but so these are like placeholders, really more than anything else. Um, let's see. Also, the AI tool, I'm trying to get it to where I can generate sentences with particular values or sentiments or whatever. I'm using the natural language toolkit library to get part of speech out of any of the words. That's how I'm able to do a lot of the other stuff with the part of speech filtering. And let's see here. What else am I working on? The journal, I give a mood rating, and I can stamp astrological information for my location, and then I can search through my journal entries. As you can see, I have a journal entry. I didn't want to actually display that, but whatever. Uh, but as you can see, when you click on this, you get day of year and days left in the year. When you click on it, there's only 9 days left in the year. Anyway, so this is all basically what I'm working on. It's like a gematria and date and astronomy tool, and news, and I'm eventually going to implement some research data and other things. Like this history section that it pulls from Wikipedia isn't that good. It doesn't track, for instance, the discovery of the electron was like on the 16th, or last week was the first computer was sold, and a bunch of other historical information that I want to be able to track and process. And I'm going to implement Gemini into my website and into all of my data so it can analyze across all this data that I'm collecting. But anyway, that's the basic thing that I'm working on right now. I don't know what you might think about this, but I would love to hear your thoughts and any suggestions because I'm steadily developing it. Let me show you my anti-gravity setup. Anti-gravity is the IDE that I'm using. Like uh, it's a lot like VS Code, but it's the Google anti-gravity IDE, and I'm using it to create all these different files and going back and forth with the AI to help me vibe code basically all of this. I I haven't written much in here. I just go back and forth, and I try to keep it modular, so I know what each of these things do, and I know why they're separated out, and they're easy to read when they're modular like this. So, and yeah, so it's really fun being able to vibe code all of this and coming up with something that I think is pretty cool. Uh, yeah, so let me know what you think, and have a great day whenever you're watching this. And like and subscribe if you want. I do this kind of stuff all the time, but I don't post videos regularly.